Righto, you pick one out of the boys' race. Who are we looking at?
Yes, we're looking at Super Helpful here. Now, I was saying to you before the start of the show, maybe we should do a segment on the best last each week. There might be some merit in that. So this horse runs last there on Saturday, and as far as lasts go, I think it was the best last at Kembla Grange. So he'll pick up the vision from the start, and through no fault of his own, he just get completely sandwiched, and it's pretty much race over for him. So he's generally a horse that races on speed. All of a sudden, the amount of work that he would have to do to get to the front, the jockey just says, okay, well, we'll go to plan B, plan C, plan D, and that's right out the back here. And I think he runs quite... I think he runs quite well.
Cut left
out of the gates.
There's
a couple of them that got a little bit wonky there in the early... Sometimes the wind does that to horses, doesn't it? Just stirs them up a little bit. So you can see originally Quay's going to go to the outside, change his mind, goes back to the inside, and you see these splits home. So the fourth quickest last 600 metre in the race, only a length and a half outside the quickest, and even that last 200 metres, only a length outside the fastest, despite finishing last in the run. So the fourth quickest, you can see him up the inside, doesn't get the clearest passage home, and he's given a pretty easy time late. So prior to this, he was a good winner of the Snake Gully Cup. Prior to that, he wasn't beaten all that far by Fender. So he went around $26 here, and if the team want to keep him up for one more run, and they bet $26 again, I think it might have done enough here to get me in. So 33.64, you can see. So Am I is the other horse I want to highlight. I think he's cherry ripe, third up next time, similar race, where he can just park up a little bit closer. I like the way that he hit the line here and first up. So now looking at the last 200 metres again, I've highlighted the same two. So Am I, 11.60 through the line. You can see Super Helpful, not far off the fastest in the race, and Kanazawa was doing his best work through the line, and he's that little bit fitter next time. He of course had improvement to come, being first up himself. So looking at the 1200 metre comparison now in terms of the overall time. So this is the Star Beretta race, this is the Cuban Real race. Now I want to give this race a tick in terms of the overall time and just score this race down a little bit. So this is the Star Beretta race. It wasn't particularly strong on the clock, despite that similar lead speed and the margins. So what we're looking at 1.7 lengths from first to eighth. So there's a few little alarm bells there when assessing this race going forward, but happy to trust the form through that one. And there's a couple I want to follow, including the Hidden Gem and including So Am I.